What's up, guys? So I got some bad news on my brute force. Got in a little bit of an accident. As you can see, got some zip ties holding this up because I was hanging right down, hitting the wheel when I was driving home. Wasn't a good scene. So happens when you don't pay attention, I guess. But we're gonna fix it and make some videos on it. So here we go. I'm gonna pull it into the shop. So a bit of a tight squeeze, but we got the bike in here. I don't really know what my plan of action is quite yet. It's just quite mangled. Luckily the plastics aren't really broken, it's just where they all clip together, all the pins broke. The supporting bar on this brute force is bent way back. That's why this headlight's sucked in. This headlight's not working. My halo, sorry, as you can see. So I'm going to sort that. It's actually pulled right off the headlight. I have to re-glue it. My light bar is still functional, luckily. It's kind of bent up, so I'll have to bend that back down. So it's going to be quite the project. I'm going to have to take this rack off. Basically everything, even this light bar, it's kind of an unfortunate situation. I let somebody ride my bike, and this is what happens. Now, he's going to pay for any of the damages that, like, let's say I have to buy new plastics, which I don't think I do, luckily. But if I did, he would have to pay for them. So, this is what happens when you let people ride your stuff. If they're unexperienced, like, this is it. So, take that into consideration. I guess I shouldn't have let him ride it, but I did. I went on my dirt bike, he drove this, and this is the outcome. But this is what it is. I get to make videos for you guys now, and let's get started. Alright, so my first plan of action is to take this rack off. It's 4 12mm bolts, and let's do it. So, first thing I encountered, these two are different sizes. Front, back. I'm going to show you what I do to keep all these bolts together with the piece that they come off of, and so that you don't mix stuff like that up, because that matters. And there's Loctite on them too, so you have to reapply that. I'm going to cut these zip ties off now, holding front bumper on. This was just to get me home. This is what it was hanging like. It was literally like that on the way home. I had to stop, put the zip ties on. That's another thing. Always carry zip ties with you. Save the day. I've held in tie rod ends and everything with them. Always have zip ties on your bike and tire plugs. The two greatest things to have, man, I'm telling you. It will save your ass. So for right now, I'm just going to put these bolts right here. I'll show you what I do with them. There's the front rack off. Luckily, it was not damaged. This cover came flying off too. The accident. It's not damaged. So, on further inspection, I might get some new plastics. That's a pretty bad crack. I'm not too happy about that. This is a 2021 Brute Force 750. Doesn't have that many kilometers on it. 3,200. That's a few, but that's what happens, man. You gotta be careful. Alright, so what I do to keep all these bolts together with the part that they come off of is simple. A baggie and a permanent marker. Now, like I said before, it's good to remember which way these bolts go in, but I'll show you in a second. It's pretty obvious to tell the short ones go in the front, or in the back, sorry, and these ones go in the front. Put them in the baggie. Label it rack. And then, when I put these parts away, I'll put this under the rack, and you will know where these bolts go to. There's no losing them. Just like that. You won't lose them this way. Like I said, it's pretty easy to tell. You can see that the bolting surface on this is really high, which means the longer one has to go into it. You know what? Actually, these pop right out. So I'm also going to throw these into the baggie too. Put those into the baggie. Seal it up. Okay, so I don't really want to have to take this front plastic off. It involves taking these side panels off, which have a bunch of screws into them. This clip, this side panel, bunch of screws into it. I've had these side panels off before, and man, it's a lot of bolts holding plastics on these fucking bikes together. So I want to avoid, but you know what? By the looks of things, I might have to. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think I'm gonna do this light bar next. Just kind of get it out of the way. I'm gonna actually rewire it better and put a fuse into it, because right now it's just going straight to the battery, and sometimes it works, and most of the times it doesn't. Luckily though, it's been working lately. Didn't do anything different to it. But I'll rewire that better once everything's apart. Like I said, this halo is not working, so I don't know. It's wired the same as that one. It sometimes works. I don't know. So I'll have to rewire those as well. Just little things. But since I'm tearing most of the front end apart anyway, I might as well fix all this stuff up, because it could turn into a problem later. And the next thing you know, as you can see, that wire runs in under there. You just gotta tear it all apart again. So sometimes it's better to do everything that you can that you know is wrong with this machine while you're into it. It's safe planning. Alright, so next is this light bar. I mounted it through the plastics. I drilled a couple holes. A lot of people were kind of like, oh, why'd you do that? But you know what? This thing's solid. I mean, like, the only reason it's bent back is because it moved in here. This has not moved at all the whole time I've had it on the bike, which has been like 2 years now. I didn't want to mount it to the rack. A lot of people do that, but then you lose your rack space. So I said, you know what? I'm going to put it right here, right in front of the rack. It's been in a great spot. It's not intrusive at all on the bike. I really like how I set it up. I mean, like I said, I drilled into the plastics, but I don't ever plan on taking this off. And I mean, if I do get a bigger one, that could kind of be a problem. But for right now, this is all I really need. This light bar is plenty. I don't think I really need a big one. Some guys get ones that wrap right around the bike. I don't know. This is plenty. I've never needed to put a bigger one on, so that's why I did that. If it breaks, I'll rebuy it on Amazon. It was only like 40 bucks. Yeah, I put a nut on the other side and it's spinning. So I'm gonna grab an 8 wrench. Try this side first. Put it up here for now. So again, I put them back together with the washer and the nut into the baggie. Then I will label it. And that ensures you from losing them. Because I've lost a lot of bolts in the past by not putting them in the bag, labeling it, and putting it with the part. I would just usually put the bolt back into its spot or make a big pile of them, leave it somewhere, and they always end up getting lost. I don't want to do that on this bike because it's brand new. And you know, like 5 years down the road, if I sell it and somebody else gets it and there's a bunch of bolts missing, like I've dealt with bikes like that, and I just don't want to be that person that does it. So it's an easy thing to do. It takes 5 seconds, and you just don't lose nothing. So I'll label it light bar. Okay, so my next course of action is I'm going to take this bumper off. As you can see, it's already broken right there. So right now, it's just this bolt holding it in, and then I believe a couple on the bottom. Yeah, right down in here. Nope, that one's broke too. Looks like I am going to have to get a new bumper. Damn. Well, at least the guy's paying for it, so here's what it is. Still sucks though. I don't know how much those are and if it's going to be a wait for them, but we'll have to see. Just now I'm holding these bolts on. I said I believe there's only this one left. Yeah. Now the light bar is actually keeping it on right now. So I'm going to have to disconnect it from wherever I hooked it up to on the bike. It might run all the way to the battery, unfortunately. So I'm going to check that out. So you can see my kind of a wiring mess. I didn't do it the best the first time. I was a little more inexperienced, but I'll make it better. As you can see, it's running up to here. I got a zip tie. Another one. I got it ground out onto the power steering mount. And then it runs up, the power runs up to the switch. So that's all I got to take out right now. Alright, so I got the wire out. I don't know what I was thinking. I I slapped this thing together as quickly as I could last time. I'm not doing that again. I'm going to show you guys how to properly install a light bar with quick connectors right on the plastic. So if I have to take this off again, I don't have to do all this. I don't know. I guess I was younger and didn't care as much. Anyway, that's off now. So now I can kind of show you the extent of the body damage. This bumper's completely screwed. Both bottom connectors are broke right off. This one completely broke off right here. This is the only one that was holding it on. What a sin. This beautiful brute force. So, this is the problem I can see right now. See this bar? It's supposed to look like that. Let me show you from the side. I kind of understand a little more. I don't really know how I'm gonna pull this off yet. You can see that this one is caved right in. It is completely out of whack. I'll have to finish taking these off. Luckily the skid plate's in good shape. Nothing is severely broken except that front bumper, honestly, but it's like the connectors. They just kind of ripped out, broke the plastic. I'm not very happy about this. I mean, if I have to replace it, this is what it is, I guess. Like, they're kind of all busted. It was a hard impact. You can see it destroyed the paint. I'm going to have to grind this off so I can bend this back out, re-weld it back on, paint it. I'm hoping I can get it back to where it needs to be. If not, it looks like this piece is also replaceable. There's a bolt here, one there, one here, one there. So I could replace this bar as well. I don't really want to, but if I have to, I think I can get that. If I grind off that supporting plate, that should come out. See you from this side. So you can see it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. I don't know if this one is actually where it needs to be either. I don't know. I think most of the impact is on the right side of the bike, but maybe I will get a new one of those bars just to be safe. I mean, I think this one's good. Kind of hard to tell. Anyways, honestly, I'm kind of happy where we are right now. I think I can honestly fix it with how it is. I'm going to take off this light housing because it is like just blown right in. I don't know why. It's not connected to this bar. This one here must be bent. Yep. So this is the light support. That one should be pretty easy to fix. Damn. I'm gonna disconnect this light bracket here and see what happens. So how I get these little body clips off, how I do it, I don't have the tool. I know I should, you guys are probably gonna scream at me, but just take a nice skinny screwdriver, flathead, and just work it. Be very gentle. Just get it out. Just like that. Not broken. Still in good shape. You just got to work with them. Take your time. If they're not coming, try another way. Because there's always an opening in it on both sides. That's where the tool would actually clip in, squeeze, and pull it out. But if you take the screwdriver, you can work it in both sides. Just push it in, twist it, just like that. That's all you got to do. and that loosens this body here. That's how they work. So stick it in, twist, go from the other side. Just be gentle with it. I would recommend using the tool. I'm probably going to buy one after this video, because who knows, we'll have to do this again in the future. Bam. Comes out not broken. Same thing, we'll put this in the baggie, label it Right Light. Okay, so just disconnected the headlight and the halo. Actually, I'll just show you. The halo kit, a little quick connect. This is what I need to do for the light bar. And then the headlight also has a quick connect, so this is what I need to do with the light bar. Now to get this off, all you do is when it's together, just push on this tab. That tab right there. You just push in on it with your thumb, and then it pulls right out. Nice and easy. So now there is just a Phillips right there, Phillips screw holding this headlight on, and that will come off. We'll see what we can do after that. Alright, got my screwdriver. Oh my god, what is holding this thing on? Okay. I don't know how that's being held on, but it's refusing to turn off. There's like this rubber washer on top of it that is just spinning. I don't know. So, I'm just going to take these two bolts off. Take the whole bracket off, then I'll try taking that screw out. Actually, before I do that, I forgot to take these out. Now I could leave them, but since I'm going to replace this bumper, I got to take them out to get rid of the broken piece of the bumper. So I'm going to take those out, put them in a baggie, label it front bumper. Okay, so to get to the bottom mounts, you have to pop off 2 more body clips, and then it is 2 bolts that are hidden underneath of it. There's one. There's 2. Huh. So now there's 2 bolts here holding the skid plate on. I take them out, I think I can bend it down enough to get the 2 bolts that were holding the bumper on. That's what I'm talking about on these brute forces. There's a lot of bolts holding the plastics together on these bikes. I don't know why they feel the need to do that. believe it's a 10. I'm trying to take a guess. Nope. Oops, put a 12 on. There we go. Skid plate dropped right out of it. Okay. So now it looks like 210's the exact same. That's the bumper. Some people say you should never put bolts in with the drill, but just go very slow on the trigger. Make sure it's lined up. Back this one out of it. There we go. Oh my. So we just want to line back up. There we go. Okay. Now, I think I said earlier I'm not going to put these ones back in, but you know what? I will. Just because they're not really in the way. So, the Allen head ones that were holding the front of the bumper. Might as well, I guess. They're not attached to a part that's coming off, so make sure you put them in all the way though, because it could possibly fall off and you can lose them that way. I hate losing bolts. It sucks. So I effed up. You guys are probably watching me do it. I didn't reinstall these bolts after I took them out of the bumper, and then I put the skid plate bolts back in. So I take the skid plate bolts back off one more time. Put these ones back in. So we don't lose them. Okay. Now I'm going to take off the headlight brackets. Oh, one more bumper bolt needs to go back in. There we go. I'm going to take off the two bolts holding the headlight bracket on. And let's see if we can get that Phillips out, but it did not want to come out. I'll have to use a ratchet for this one. I won't be able to get the drill in there. Is also 10. There's nuts holding the bottom of them on. This is what I do when I ever take a bolt apart with a washer or anything. Put it right back together the way it goes. There. It all matters. The washers, it all makes a difference. Now this bolt, or the nut, sorry, on the bottom, because this was caved in, it is now being blocked. I'll show you. Under there, it's being blocked by this back piece because it was caved in. So it looks like I'm gonna have to bend it out first before I can even take that bolt off. Fun stuff. Man, it sucks that that mountain point is broken. I don't know if I'll be able to straighten that back out to where it needs to be. It's clearly pretty bent. Take it down again. Look at that one. Look at them together. This is the mount. Just great. Just fantastic. I'll have to straighten out the best I can, match that side, because I don't want to get into replacing a bunch of the front end on this thing. Like, it wasn't even that hard of an impact, which is pretty crazy, but because there's no metal bumper on this, all this flimsy stuff took the brunt of the force. So when this is done, I'm getting definitely making a rack or buying one for the front. I suggest anybody who gets a brute force do it too. Like, it's just craziness. There's no need for all this to be destroyed from little impact. Like, I don't know. It sucks. This is a brand new bike. I've taken very well care of it, and somebody gets an accident on it, and now it's it don't look so good anymore. The amount of work that I got to put into fixing it. Washer on. I'm going to reinstall these bolts back onto the headlight bracket. I believe that's it. Looks like it's still being held on. Pretty loose now though. There's a Phillips bolt right up in there. Let's just hold it on now. Let's take that out. See what we're working with. Okay, so I got the headlight out. I'm going to put the body clips back in so I don't lose them. I think you can get a kit for them actually. Pretty cheap if you did These body clips, honestly, they break all the time. Especially when you don't have the tool. So, I mean, this is one of those replaceable items. Just buy a big kit of them. But since I took these out carefully, they're still in good shape. I'll put them back in. Like that. So this is where we're at. I don't believe this bracket's bent. It is bent, but I believe it's from factory. I'm gonna look at the parts online. So we do know for sure now, though, that it could possibly be the mounting spot for that bracket. I know that this is bent very badly. That's gonna be hard to bend back out, get it to where it's supposed to be. But I believe that's it. And these plastics are broken, obviously. So I still might replace this front clip. I don't know. It's not that bad. I just like having my stuff nice. It's an unfortunate situation that happened. You know, you might be able to tell too that this light is also kind of kinked in. That could have been from the accident. Man, these mounting points where these headlights go on, they are not strong at all. Like, I can bend that with my hand. It's kind of ridiculous. Not a very good system Cowie built on here. I don't know. It looks fancy, but that's all it is. It just looks fancy. So that's where we are. I think I'm gonna stop filming for today. I got the bike completely torn apart. We kind of assessed what the actual problems are. You know what? I might take that other headlight out and run it like this. I think it looks pretty cool, honestly. Kidding. Not gonna do that. I love my stuff looking factory. Stock. I love looking them stock. So we will fix this. This bumper is destroyed. I really didn't think it wasn't. It looks fine. It actually handled it pretty good. It's just where it mounts to. Right here broke. Or sorry, this side. The bottoms are completely broke off. So that's where we sit with the brute force right now. It's a bad day for it. Sad to see it in this state. But I get to make videos for you guys, and honestly, that's what I love to do. I already got like 250 views on my first one. It's not much, I know, but for me it is. It's a lot. I've been working on bikes pretty well since I was like 12. I've had a lot of them coming in and out of here that I never filmed. I wish I should have, but I'm starting it now. It's my dream. I want to do this for you guys. So, you know, my whole life I've been, like I said, I've been working on these bikes. I got a fair amount of experience. I'm definitely not a professional by any means, so don't take what I do and apply it to your application. I like making these videos. I like working on bikes. I like driving them. I'm getting a GoPro soon, so we'll get some riding videos, better ones. It's just going to be a lot of fun. That's why I'm not super upset about this accident, because like I said, I get to make a video on this now. I'm going to rewire this light bar properly. I'm going to make a video on that. Because like I said, there's no fuses or anything in it. It's just running right to the battery. That's very dangerous. I have this cutoff switch, so right now it's not drawing any power, but it could have caught on fire. There's a reason they put the fuses in them. Like I said, it was like 3 or 4 years ago I did it. Just being silly. I just wanted to get it on because the headlights suck on these bikes. Like, they're terrible. These lights are the worst I've ever had on a four-wheeler. They're no good. I see people putting TRX 1000 headlights into them, the bulbs that are on the side-by-sides, and that seems to help a lot. But I like light bars. Because like I said, I like keeping it looking fairly stock, you know what I mean? So that little light bar is not too intrusive. It works great. It's all the light I ever needed. I'll get a video of it once I reinstall it. We get out back on the trails. Luckily, this thing still runs perfectly fine. I could drive it like this. The radiator's pretty exposed, and the front diff is too as well, so I'm not going to. I'm just asking for something to happen, but this is where we stand right now, guys. Like I said, I don't think this bracket's, like I said, it's probably supposed to be bent like this from factory. There's no chips in the paint. That's how that's how you can tell. See, paint's chipped. I mean, there was a bend there on this bracket. Paint's chipped. You can clearly tell it's messed up compared to the other side. So, let's look at this one. See? No paint chipped at all. So I think this is where the impact happened. That's why that broke. This is broken. The headlight's all messed up. So yeah, that's where we stand. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. This is where we kind of stand with the Brute Force right now. Please hit that like and subscribe button so I can keep doing this for you guys. I want to hear from you too. Whether you think I'm doing a good job or bad job, I don't care. Just make a comment, tell me what you think of my videos. It keeps me going. I want to keep doing this. Like I said, it's my dream, so hearing from you guys is great. Like I said, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll keep making these videos for you. Goodbye.